Welcome back to Bazaar, I'm Inko, and today we're trying to continue the 10 win streak on Mac. I'm not going to be playing Vat of Acid at this point. I get the option to in this run, but I've already gone the past 2 wins by pivoting into Vat of Acid. It's not interesting. I think everyone agrees that, like, Vat of Acid is probably the strongest card in the game right now. Look at my previous 2 runs if you want to know why I think this. And I could probably go 10 wins a lot longer by pivoting into Vat of Acid every time I see one. But it's not good content, and frankly, I'm tired of playing the card. So instead, today we're playing the Staff of the Moose. This is a really cool new card. It opens up just like weapon Mac as a game plan. Finding the weapons is a bit hard. You need to get stuff from out of class basically to get a bunch of small weapons. But there's a lot of ways to generate permanent regen that become very, very powerful with the Staff of the Moose. And I'll be honest, it feels a lot like Weapon Vanessa, where if you get a good early win rate and a Staff of the Moose, you can probably just go out on a diamond victory with a very strong build. Now, that being said, it also feels a lot like Weapon Vanessa, where it doesn't really break the game. It's not like Poppy Field, where it turns into a drill build in the late game and goes to the moon. It's kind of just fundamentally fair in a dangerous sort of way, where if you get to the late game, you're playing the late game lottery, and you're matching up poorly against a lot of things, especially Vat of Acid Mac, which is the reason that I don't like playing non-Mac characters presently. I'll probably have a whole video about Vat of Acid Mac and why it needs a nerf, or why I'm glad it got nerfed, depending on when this video goes live and how quickly they hotfix that bastard. But for now, Staff of the Moose is a pretty cool archetype. I like Weapon Mac. I feel like it needs a little bit more to flesh it out, but Staff of the Moose is very cool. I hope you enjoy the run. Alright, another day, another Mac run. Can't really imagine not clicking gold income. It just seems so valuable for getting what you need. I do like an early Ayla. It means I'm much more likely to find a spider mace and be able to go into Poppy Field. I think I take letter opener and roll here. The bronze ice claw just isn't very good. I think it's likely that if I roll, I find something better to upgrade than an ice claw anyway. Take Shard of Obsidian just because it's fast. And I guess I take Magic Carpet here. It's a board that can work, but it's not a board I like. I've seen this a couple of times. Pyro, Kyber Drone, Viper. We definitely kill a Viper. I would like a Fang if I am going to end up playing a Poppy Field build, and you know, right now I don't know that I'm not. I definitely don't get anything out of Pyro with my current setup. The main reason Shard of Obsidian and fast matters so much isn't just that it's sustain, it's also that it cleanses poison, which can matter a ton in early day matchups. The change to healing on lifesteal, like, this is just weirdly good. Oh, that's all just weirdly good. I love that. I cannot go Tiny Furry Monster. Sadly, he's not interested in vehicles. I can't give him a ride. I don't think I have a use for any of these. I definitely roll. As much as I like early game candles, I'm definitely in the early game weapon path right now. That is more guaranteed crits, more speed on the Magic Carpet, but not really what I was looking for, to be honest. I was expecting to get a lead generator out of that shop, and I kind of want to find one sooner rather than later. Definitely gonna go Quicksil to continue looking for one. Also, it still has a good shot of finding a spider mace, and a decent shot of finding nothing. It's a painful roll, but I will roll here. Huh. Well, I'll take the bottled lightning. I think that's actually better than the Shard of Obsidian. We hit for 40, 80, drop the cooldown to 5, 40, 60. Another 40, that's 120. The cooldown goes down to 4. And then we have a 50 damage, 4-second cooldown to try to get the last up to 180 damage. That seems reasonable, and this could conceivably crit more. I think this is my best day 1 board. Not what I want to do day 1. Like, normally you hit 1 lead generator across 6 pages of store when you're stuck at bronze, just because there aren't that many items. I think I'm favored day 1 unless they're weapons. Why'd I open my mouth? Of course, it's unlimited ammo double barrel. It is bronze, though, so it takes a while to kill me. I still think I die first, especially if this ever crits. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just good enough. No, I do think I just barely win, actually. Even with the crit here. Wait, no, is the double barrel faster? It doesn't matter. The knife's still there. We're good. And it actually landed the crit on its 50%. Alright, winning against the double barrel day 1 as Mac. I didn't know it was possible. Just needs literally the entirety of the bronze crit package to do it. Cool. This is an awkward page, actually. Mountain Pass I can't go to for a fight. I'd be going there for 2 gold, 1 experience. But Middle can upgrade my Magic Carpet, which is kind of all of my damage right now. She can also sell me lead generators, and I think that's just enough for me to care. She can also keep selling me garbage. I'd really like her to stop that. I think I don't want a Sword Cane either. I will take a bronze retort. having any access to lead generation is very important for the long-term economy.
Another step forward on my path.
All right, Pip, what do you have for us? Hopefully a weapon skill. Looks like he's going to take 5 gold from me before he tells me what he has. Sorry, 2 gold. The answer was nothing. He had nothing for me. I will go Immolating Spark. It's the most burn on my current board setup. And probably the best setup if I end up going into Athen or down the line. I have no gold with which to go to Ayla. I'm gonna go Finn's Big Bite. The 5 regen is just really substantial in early fights. It's a massive amount of additional health. And I'm fairly confident that we do beat a Rogue Scrapper. This cooldown should drop to at least 4 seconds, which will be good enough. It probably drops to 3 or even 2 seconds with this being at silver. I don't like playing Letter Opener Magic Carpet. It just feels slow. Like, you need to dupe the crit item or have a strength potion with a wide board for Magic Carpet to really make sense. Thankfully, it is critting at not 100% numbers this time around. But it's still just, like, not that impressive, right? Yeah, once it gets down to 3 seconds, or sorry, 2 seconds, Magic Carpet feels good. Even at 3 seconds, it feels kind of slow. An upgrade to silver definitely helps it a lot, though.
A waste of my time. But
Scrap is not what I'm looking for. I guess I can roll it if I find a transform, but I'd rather not. I have still not found anything for Tiny Furry Monster. I think I have to roll at Hina, as much as I dislike that. Because she is capable of showing Poppy Field and Potion Distillery. Also this one. I could buy this, use a guaranteed upgrade on it, and then roll it at silver with a transform. Which is a surprisingly good pool. Like, if you take a look, there's only 11 items, and amongst the items you can transform into, you have access to Magnus's Femur, Poppy Field, Potion Distillery, and Staff of the Moose, and Vat of Acid. So 5 of 11 are just transparently good, and some of the misses are stuff like Runic Great Axe, and, what's it called? Frozen Flame, where it could actually be useful. Now, I don't think that's right, I just transmute lead. Using a guaranteed upgrade to roll it is crazy, but I'm shocked at how close to being viable it is. Considering my build, I will float a Venom here, and I am going to roll. I'll liquidate everything if I get what I need. Didn't get what I need, but I did get lead. And while it's optimistic to take 2 lead generators without anything else, my economy sort of demands that I'm going to need this later. I don't need an emerald. Like, it's cool, I understand the synergy with Fang, I just don't care. Now, sadly, I don't have any lead actually generated yet, so that mandala is useless to me because the retort showed up late. Normally, I would be happy to go to JJ Day 2. No filter is still a chance at the stuff I care about, but I literally have no economy. Oh, right, this bug. I heard somebody talk about this in a comment, and I've seen it myself now. I think that these get in an item sort of events, they're either no longer tier locked at all intentionally, or it's a bug, but you can get gold items from it. I've only ever seen and heard of gold tier starting items, like if it could show up at silver. I haven't seen any reports of that showing up. But yeah, you can get gold tier items on day 2 off of that. This is not the first time I've seen this. Weird bug. Gotta report it. Anyway, there's no way it makes my board, and I don't feel great about this Vanessa since I failed to level up today. Not that I had anything to put on my board, but I would just greatly appreciate the additional health. If they leveled up, I think I'm guaranteed dead. That's a weapon board level ahead of me with gold starting weapon. Thankfully, it didn't matter what I did today. I was always going to lose. Although, admittedly, it's a terrible weapon setup. They have a Pearl, they have a Bronze Zorkid, they're using a Junkyard Club, but it just doesn't matter at all, right? Like, just right-handed Revolver would have probably beat me eventually. That's fine. I'm an income max start. If I can be good going out of day 3, I'll be happy with that. I don't need early wins. Just makes me sad because it means I'm never getting a diamond victory. Feather is probably the best loot item. The potion vendor is really not what I want. Chocolate bars early on Mac makes a ton of sense. With 2 chunks of lead and a Memento Mori I can sell. I'm going to toss the Memento Mori, and that gives me the room and money to buy premium chocolate bars. And I think this is completely reasonable to do on Mac. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I thought I had an extra inventory space. I should have just sold the feather, obviously. Don't talk to me. I don't want to hear it. I don't want you to say a damn thing about that. I think I'm just going to take 3 regen here. I guess the retort is going to be better than the calcinator since I don't stack burn yet. Curio is just like really thoroughly not the shop I wanted to say. If I get Scout Trooper, I think I win with the regen. So I'll take the regen. Well, time to put that theory to the test. I should have sold the feather. It genuinely might impact the result. But 8 regen, 482 health is actually just solid for this day. Obviously, another 30 health and 2% cooldown reduction would massively improve the odds, because I think it's a pretty narrow window. But I think this just wins. You know, maybe I believed way too hard in this magic carpet ride. It doesn't seem to fucking do anything, does it? That's heartbreaking. Oh, man, poison is so weak. It's like, it might have been most of my damage, to be honest with you. But, like, this thing is just not worth the board slot. I think I would have lost that even if I had played correctly on the previous pages, but that's not good. I'm gonna go risky and look for a fight here. I have to make a lost experience to level up on time. Well, that's not enough, to be honest. Also, Ayla's just not a great store. Sick. Andy basically can't save the run. I am going to transmute the lead. That at least makes me a little bit stronger, but not much. The Zedian Dagger gives me a second guaranteed crit, which is better than the Fang, to be honest with you. I'm not going to sell the feather yet. It's not going to be the difference. I win if my opponent's incredibly weak, and that's the end of it. Oh, man. Losing Scout Trooper there, and also just being offered a bunch of shops with, like, literal worst possible shops like Andy and Curio. Not very good. Recycling bin regen just puts me in the ground. I don't do enough to stop that. Also, like, the potions do something, but, like, honestly, he will just out-regen my damage because I don't fucking do anything. Although Sleeping Potion appears to be targeting the Bottled Lightning, which is uniquely bad for his RNG. Wait, are we actually ahead? What? I want to thank Recycling Potion for making like 5 Sleeping Potions instead of Bottled Lightning. Oh my god, that is a scam. That is why I don't ever want to play Recycling Bin at any point in a run. I cannot believe we won that. Curio, please, I desperately need you to fuck off. I guess I'm going to go Abandoned Chest for a skill. It doesn't feel very good. I'm still doing it. It can be valuable. It could also be that. My board is in a dire spot, but like, bad weapon scaling isn't going to fix it. I don't slow yet. Ruining my Grandmaster is not going to make my situation better.
The formula of life is revealed.
Currently, this is what I'm doing, right? And the most important item to upgrade is probably actually the Retort. I'm actually just a poison build with the random magic carpet. I'm definitely upgrading either the magic carpet or the Retort. A couple of transformations into Bottled Lightnings or letter openers and the magic carpet genuinely becomes good. I'm already good on economy. I don't want to run this. I'm gonna upgrade the carpet instead. I don't think upgrading the Retort creates a strong board anytime in the next 3 days, which is when I care the most. I would not mind getting a Spider Mace here. It's at the least better than Shard of Obsidian. Upgrading Bottled Lightning and Letter Opener is fine. Finding a replacement for Retort in the form of 2 different items, one of which would probably be Spider Mace now that I think about it, would be good. It's up against 80 health or 30 health and 5 regen. 5 regen beats 50 health after 11 seconds from taking damage. I think 80 health is actually better right now, but I would take regen for the possibility of like Moose Staff. And speaking of Staff of the Moose, that's really why I go Midsworth, right? Staff of the Moose, Poppy Field, Vat of Acid, Potion Distillery. There are so many critically important large items. Of course, there's also a lot of bad, slow items, to be honest with you. Silver Runic Potion doesn't give me sustain, not on its own. I don't have the money to start floating random bad potions yet. I think that's a roll. I can see how this might be useful. If I replace the Bottled Lightning, I lose 2 critical hits, which is pretty bad. But then having Bottled Lightning makes this very weak. I don't have the economy to spend 8 gold on a gold runic potion anyway here. I have to roll. So I'm just going to roll. I'm not going to buy that. I can see how it could be useful later. Floor Spike is genuinely very good. Unfortunately, I don't have a second item to cut the Retort with yet. I don't even know that I care. I'll probably find one soon. I really wish it had been paired with like a Spider Mace. It would have made my build much simpler to figure out. I don't think there's any use in either of those. Maybe just adding an additional 4 burn is good enough. No, I don't have the money to buy that. I need to save the money to buy the big items that will actually give me a chance of winning this run. Now, I should beat Hellbilly, and this should be better than a Shard of Obsidian. I will be shocked if this doesn't kill a Hellbilly. Wouldn't be the first fight I was wrong about, but I was less confident against Scout Trooper. I also need to make up for lost time, but yeah, like this thing scales up very effectively, going down to 3 seconds guaranteed. We ramp poison a little bit, not tremendously, but a little bit. And it looks like we easily crush Hellbilly, which is good. Kind of the bare minimum that you need at this phase of the game, but I'm happy to see it. Got down to 2 seconds this time, which is expected. 4 seconds is the bare minimum with worst case RNG. Lottie, is that any good? I mean, can't imagine cutting the retort as weak as it is for those two, so no. See, Mandala against Ayla is awkward, because Ayla can upgrade most of my board. She can also sell me Staff of the Moose, which is a pretty big hit, and Spider Mace, which is sort of the missing link for my build right now. The counterpoint is Mandala is +5 gold, 1 random bronze item, so at least +6 gold. And on top of that, +4 poison on a part of my board. I'd be okay with going Ayla on this hour, but I think I have to transmute the lead. I wonder why they didn't just use a pedestal event for Mandala, instead use that really strange implementation. Not super important, I suppose, but it is weird. Alright, we can sell a lot to Volpack. We can also go chocolate bars. We have, frankly, a lot of sellable trash in our inventory. No, even though Volpack's basically expensive Andy, I've done enough to improve my health. I need to find items that fix the board, which don't actually appear to exist. Those certainly are not what I was looking for. I'm happy with the bottled lightning. Strength potion probably times out wrong. It goes off before retort, goes off before magic carpet. Put this on floor spike, remove toxic fang. It would probably get me a hit on toxic fang as well. So I'd get the crit there, the crit here, and there. That would immediately be magic carpet. Right, yeah, that's not my stash. My bad, Volpack. Sorry. Definitely gonna sell those. I need to buy the strength potion before I sell the feather. If I'm buying the strength potion, I think I am. I think this is sticking around. I'm not necessarily throwing that out immediately. But I think I do this. I sell the feather. The Shard of Obsidian's never getting transmuted, right? I have 4 chunks of lead that haven't been transmuted yet. Counterpoint is if I find a transfer event once I've actually managed my economy, found a potion distillery or an alembic, then I can use the Shard of Obsidian on that event for a higher chance at specifically Spider Mace. Seems pretty unlikely. I'm going to take the 2 gold now. And I don't have a reason to sell Halati yet, so I'll keep it. And I think my build is much stronger than it was a second ago with the Strength Potion. The first volley should be a lot of crits now, like pretty much all crits now. Like, no, not even except, because that one crits anyway. Since you don't need to crit though, aren't you just worse than a Toxic Fang? Well, the Toxic Fang doesn't do anything, so no. I can use the Halati for a second crit faster. Doesn't really seem to matter. I think this is just good. I think against a Mac, I am favored with this. For day 3, you can't really be much more... Is it day 3? No, it's day 4. For day 4 still, you can't be much more explosive than this. He's playing Poison, which is just mechanically really slow. He's got a lot more health than me. I assume he's a level up. Yeah, that lost experience is hurting a lot here. But I think the opening volley here with the floor spike... Yeah, it's just immediately down to 4 seconds. I thought it would be better than that, to be honest with you. It was good enough, though. Like, massively outpaced our opponent despite the level deficit. Because Poison's just weak. You can't be playing Poison builds in a Mac meta unless the Poison build's Vat of Acid, in which case you're really a burn build. Alright, Argento, what do you have for me? Just 10 regen? I could be playing Staff of the Moose. If I found Staff of the Moose, I would probably cut Bottled Lightning, Tazidian Dagger, Retort, put in another small weapon, like the Toxic Fang, and Staff of the Moose. 10 regen's not bad at all. It's only really great with Staff of the Moose when you crit, your weapons gain 5 damage for the fight. You know, that's actually pretty appealing. Because the first volley is going to be a crit there, a crit here, a crit there, a crit here. Yeah, that one crits too. It looks like all of this crits on volley 1, right? I should have watched that replay back, because I don't understand how it didn't go down to 1 immediately. It should be crit here, there, all of them. They're all equal or slower than strength potion, so it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crits straight down to 1 second. And if it is 6 crits, that's plus 30 damage. I'm inclined to think improvised weaponry is the right play, because regen's really like specifically good with Staff of the Moose, which I don't know that I'm playing. But like this is unimportant scaling if I find Poppy Field, right? Like this stuff about crits is going to be going out. I think regen's generically good right now. And the crit damage scaling isn't important, because right now I just kill my opponent. We don't need to scale it further. Deadly Duel is fantastic. It helps make up the deficit I found myself in. I think this forces me to get a pelt, unfortunately. Like, I know what the reward is. I cannot get his fangs because I have a fang already, which is a shame, because shiny fangs obviously a little bit better. It increases my odds at diamond fangs, I suppose. So do all of these crit when that goes off. Looked like they did. Straight down to 1.9 this time. So maybe there was a slow that went off and messed things up on the last fight. That's probably all it was. I was just opening disruption and not thinking about it. Oh, there's no dupe protection anymore. Right. That's very good. Unlike my stash. My stash is not very good. Very happy with a shiny fang. That just seems great. And I think with a pair of fangs, that's actually better than the retort now, because it's going to be more crits to get this thing going off immediately. The poison's just too slow mechanically. Maybe it's not actually better yet, but I like it more. I would like to find a spider mace, but if this only does poison 0, the spider mace is a bit worse than otherwise, right? We don't need the Tzedian dagger bottled lightning. We can use any 2 small weapons at this point, which is interesting to note. Quicksilver's not that bad, really. Quicksilver makes it so I don't need to find one thing to drop these two. There's nothing it could transform into that would be that bad. I would just position it like right here. Oh, speaking of, I have a shiny weapon now, so that's gonna be faster than the floor spike. Although it does charge the floor spike as well, so maybe it's not. Oh, I'm not actually sure. I've had a lot of very fast things. The floor spike is probably faster, despite all odds. I can't take a moth meal to transmute, and I'm already super behind on that front. I've got a decent chunk of gold. I'm okay to buy a Quicksilver here, just for the chance I can improve my board with it. I haven't got to see Quicksilver be good yet. That's good. Happy with that. Sadly, I have no upgrade hammers to dupe with. Boo-hoo.
Buyer's remorse never. Be remorseless.
Do I think the Tzedian dagger, just being a basically terrible weapon, and the bottled lightning are so bad that I would rather dupe a letter opener, a floor spike, or a fang? Yeah, I honestly think that the bottled lightning is on its way out, and giving it a second ammo doesn't matter. I don't know. It seems good enough just to ensure the crit hits, right? I don't know. It's weird. If I'd taken crits equal weapon damage, I would definitely be willing to put the Halati in the Quicksilver in, but I didn't. I'm gonna leave it the way it is for now. We'll figure it out later. Let's go see how our monster fight looks. Surely we crush Scobile, right? We seem like we are so fast. Like, he doesn't have any weapons, but the amount of weapons I have should send my floor spike to the absolute moon. And then we're immediately down to 1 second, like you'd expect, thanks to the strength potion. Yeah, that seems alright. This just dealt 38 poison despite being such low values. I'm very happy with that. Cinder, not the one I'm looking for, I'm afraid. Halati, you can go. Like, I'm fine with putting a Cinder on the bottom explosion. It's not terrible, but it's not what I'm looking for at all. Do I take silver tier weapon here? I don't need the income from loot. There are some pretty good silver tier weapons available. Not really the one I was thinking of, but yeah, that shit works. Obviously, I won't be using the dagger or the bottled lightning. The last cut's a lot more difficult, though. It's the Venom. We don't have a spider mace yet. We don't need it. Bam. Massive damage increase. Finally have a weapon mac run going. Just very normal stuff happening here. I want my board to flip in the most tilting possible way. And I think that this is probably the way to do it. Because timings don't matter, except for left to right, Strength Potion needs to be far left. I don't think I need to take 25 damage to be favored in my fight today. Tip bonus is a little bit... Oh my god. That is the biggest possible reward for take random weapon. Holy shit. And Spider Mace is here now. Are you out? Do I even need to reduce the cooldown on this anymore? I'm definitely taking the Spider Mace. I think it's more likely that I want to drop my Calcinator and Retort. Like, I have enough bronze lead. I just look at this, right? When I use a weapon, charge this too, I have multiple things, one with multicast. It's going to rapidly accelerate the Spider Mace, which is being buffed up by the Staff of the Moose. This is a little bit weird now that I don't have the carpet, though. It's better than a Bottled Lightning, though, since the Bottled Lightning would run out. And I think the Magic Carpet Gilling, once I got Staff of the Moose and Spider Mace, was kind of always expected. Okay, I'm happy with that. Yeah, no thanks to that. Now, the awkward thing is if I find Poppy Field, I can't fit it all on one board. Wait, is Letter Opener worse than Quicksilver? It's worse than Quicksilver 5 out of 6 times, right? Because if it transforms into Shiny Fang, that's better. If it transforms into Toxic Fang, that's better. If it transforms into Floor Spike, that's massively better. Venom, that's a little bit better because of Spider Mace, and Spider Mace is fast and charges Floor Spike, so that's better too. I think I actually run the Quicksilver here. Now, I would love to take chocolate bars. Maybe I do. Maybe I just sell my bronze Calcinator. It's not enough anyway. And I'll hold on to 4 bronze lead for a while. Because Middle has nothing she can offer me. Not really. Yeah, this is a very upsetting thing to do. But it is necessary. The only way I lose is if I get rushed down first somehow. I'm still low on health compared to other people because I don't have an experience lead in any capacity. Alright, Vanessa, 2 wins. What do you have? 1,000 health to my 1,200 with 18 regen. Happy about that. They're playing 1 weapon Shiny Fang. I think my Shiny Fang's gonna be a bit better, to be honest. Just the amount of burst that we have, and also once he gets me to half, the fight's completely over. If he gets me to half, he's taken a while. He doesn't even. I gained 50 damage on all my weapons at half health. And yeah, we got the Venom transform that time, so it's pretty sick. I guess Strength Potion should be on its way out, huh? It does give me a lot more damage than I otherwise might deal, right? This gives me a crit on this Shiny Fang, this Toxic Fang, at least once on Floor Spike, at least once on Spider Mace. If I'm expecting it to give 1 crit per item, then basically 56 times 2 plus the base values of everything else, it deals about 300 damage and 8 poison. Which isn't bad, but the fact that it can make my Quicksilver so horrible is... Middle's really not the store that I want, man. I guess I wouldn't be unhappy to get a new, better version of Calcinator or Retort, and I'd be very happy to get an Alembic.
I want what's right for you.
I said I wouldn't be unhappy, but I changed my mind. I'm at gold tier only. Scales. Can I balance these? I'd be dropping 2 items. It'd be Quicksilver, Strength Potion. I'd be left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items. That is balanceable. But is it even good? I don't think it is. Like, Floor Spikes really wants weapon spam. Spider Mace really wants poison spam. Everything else getting duped is so good. I just don't think that's worth it.
JJ shop. Real friendly guy.
Mandala versus Andy, huh? In terms of small weapons I don't have, we have Basilisk Fang, Bottled Lightning, Crocodile Tears, Letter Opener can come back. Ritual Dagger is not bad, to be honest. Yeah, there's not really a lot of hits for a weapon, and there are a lot of non-weapon things that I can hit. I'm going to take my transform here, just get my income continuing. I don't think Andy, on average, will be very good for the build. Since there's no longer dupe protection, the Wolf's actually pretty good, right? I should still beat Lone Shark, though, and I'm low on experience. Yeah, as funny as Third Fang is, I'm just going to go after Lone Shark. Oh, you know what? This isn't even a spot where duping the Strength Potion is bad. I have very fast weapons. This would just send off the Strength Potion again right after the old one wears off. It would be totally fine. Why does my new Venom... Oh, it's tier adjusted. It's the silver version of this Venom. I wonder if that means it doesn't copy any of the buffs the item has. That would make stuff like Quicksilver and Mirror a lot worse. Shark Claws are obviously good.
My mind
I don't think it's for us, though.
I see every
I don't know, like I could cut these two for Shark Claws, and they do give a pretty substantial damage buff. I'd rather find like a Philo Stone and a Potion Distillery than do that, though. This is just good enough. I think this might actually be an upgrade Spider Mace angle, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to keep upgrading it and find a second one down the line. Because I think at this point I'm ride or die with Staff of the Moose, Fangs, and Spider Mace and Floor Spike. I think this is the plan. And if that's the plan, then I need this Spider Mace to get out of Bronze tier. And that's a weird choice. I would generally prefer his Silver skill, but I think making sure that I can actually get this Spider Mace upgraded with the loot protection, or with the dupe protection rather, being gone, I think it's right. It's iffy to me. I'm definitely going Ailey here, though.
I would spar with you, but this leg.
We don't have a letter opener. We certainly don't want a bronze one. Would I take a Shard of Obsidian just to get a random small gold obsidian item? There are so many misses for that. I don't know. Are there like any remotely fast thing that becomes a weapon, becomes decent? There's also an argument that the Zedian Dagger is actually good now by just having this go off more times. Very specifically, it has it go off right before the Staff of the Moose does. Shit, that's pretty good, isn't it? Okay, fine. I'm going to take the Zedian Dagger, because having this go off additionally, most notably at 12 seconds right before Staff of the Moose, seems like it secures a kill every single time. Maybe I should have just taken the Shard of Obsidian, because it is a weapon with lifesteal, actually. Like, I was thinking, like, you can't drop Venom here, but I absolutely could have dropped Venom there. Oh well, too late now. I'm going to take 7 Regen. I have Staff of the Moose. It's a pretty good button to click with Staff of the Moose. And in Mac Mirrors, I feel pretty favored. There's definitely better things. Like, I think any Vat of Acid build just kills me. He's playing Sunlight Spear with a pretty fair-looking build. Alright, that's a lot of regen. I'm worried about it now. And it's scaling off my regen too, so I am worried. I don't like him freezing Staff of the Moose, because I'm kind of reliant on that to finish him off, I feel like. Maybe not. Maybe I don't need it to help. Staff of the Moose is going to save my life, and then we're fine. Exactly as planned. Oh. Anytime I see my opponent with, like, a Sunlight Spear that scales off my build, I'm terrified. Glad we got through it. What is this? 5-1 going into day 7? That's fantastic news. You can do a lot worse than this. I just want to take chocolate bars again. Middle just doesn't strike me as a very good shop. I could get specifically Alembic. I don't know if I believe in that. So I'm going to go get chocolate bars instead. Just keep pushing health. I guess that's a Dox angle, isn't it? Oh, I shouldn't sell that yet. I don't need it for my PvE fight. Well, I'll need room in a second. I'm going to take a random weapon and see if we get something crazy. It's crazy useless, maybe. Not exactly helpful for my build, but with the no core and all. I would 100% beat Shock Trooper. I'm gonna level up to 8 today, and frankly, I'm not gonna hit 10 tomorrow unless I get astronomically lucky no matter what I do. I think it's worth it to go for Bonk here. Spices might also be good, to be honest. Maybe Spices are too slow, too fair, not something I'm interested in. But I do think Bonk is just incredibly brutal, super powerful, worth the risk. Also, Strength isn't bad, so there's a second option. Don't have any slow for this. I think Spices are bad. The gold's appreciated, so it's not a miss on this attempt. Yeah, I think Thug is definitely worth. I am consistently surprised by how much damage I am dealing. The build would be absolutely cracked if we had found like an early Potion Distillery and Philo Stone, but having missed that, it's perfectly acceptable. Free skills, weapon skills, gold tier. It's gotta be weapon. Look at what we're doing here. When you slow, no thanks. Your poison items have +2 poison for each weapon you have. That's not awful. Like, that is a good chunk of poison. If I were playing Poppy Field instead of Staff of the Moose, we might be talking. And maybe because I could change this into a Poppy Field build, this is worth taking. Like, if I had to pick between this and Poppy Field is probably better. The issue is that poison's just mechanically slow, right? Waiting for poison to tick sucks. I also don't want to spend 6 gold to roll this and potentially get something worse. It's hard to do worse than this. Yeah, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have what we need for Noisy Cricket. Definitely better than a handed bonus.
Ancient worm cat technique.
Plus 70 damage to my entire board seems alright. I can presumably get Staff of the Moose at Herma. And her pool's not that huge. I could also just put plus 10 damage on a Shiny Fang, you know? Or a Floor Spike. Yeah, I think just buffing damage on Floor Spike is on average going to be the way to go here. This weapon's stupidly fast. It's gotta be, right? And last action, Transmute probably. Gonna have to sell these. Bring a lead down. Sorry, JJ, I just want to keep my economy rolling. That's not second Spider Mace at all. It is yet another Mac, and as always, this build is favored into other Macs, provided they're not like one-shotting me with Vat of Acid. Vat of Acid, slight notable outlier in the current game's meta. I might drop everything I'm doing and transition into it if I see it like on the next day still. That's how good it is. Anyway, this guy's playing Poison. He's out of his mind. That does not work. You cannot play Poison in the current meta. How dare he freeze my trade potion? That's incredibly rude. Anyway, even with the freeze on the opening crit ball, he just isn't anywhere near enough. Also, we were about to crit him for 1,000. There's a huge chunk of damage that comes in at 13 seconds. Oh, hey, Curio, how are you doing? See, you're back again. I don't know, I guess Curio's the right shop to go to. It's very expensive. I don't like it. There's stuff I want to pivot into. I'm going to sell the gold and take spare change instead. I know I've got a lot of money, but there are some crazy expensive items I would go to immediately. Can't go to Medali here. Pole's much better.
This is talking fast.
Those are decidedly not the large items that I am here for. You want to put that to the test? You said you would do it. My issue is that it's boring more than anything. Just like very real discussion about game balance here. I think that my odds of going 10 wins are higher if I buy this right now. I can always float it in my stash, right? The issue is it requires me to start buying and selling random shit for tags. And I'm also just strong enough that I think it's not quite reasonable to drop my current build. For some reason I was trying to figure out if Staff of the Moose was a vehicle. It's not. This is when you heal Charge of Poison. That's not relevant to me. We go Bouncertron then. Oh, Jack does have Poppy Field. I don't know though. Like, I genuinely don't know if Poppy Field is better than this. This is 50 flat damage. That's a huge amount. Like, I don't look at this and think, oh no, my build's weak. I have to go get a silver Poppy Field. And I'm behind on experience is the other thing really pushing me towards this fight. It's unclear that this was a better choice than fighting Jack, though. Gatling gun has no place in the build. It's just an awful item. So we can get a reagent transformation or 4 gold. So this is effectively plus 2 gold, but I don't get silver tier loot. I actually think the silver tier loot is worth 2 gold. That one's not great, to be honest with you. Generally pretty severely nerfed in a post-strength potion world. Happy to risk coin for experience. That could get me the level by the end of the day. In fact, it probably will. Minimum result, of course, every time. Why do I open my mouth? I think mid's worst ability to upgrade Staff of the Moose. Give me a Poppy Field to put in the back pocket. Upgrade, like, you know, the duration on Strength Potion at these weapons. Maybe it's more correct to take plus damage right now. I don't think it is. I think that's actually pretty weak. I do wonder if I don't need Strength Potion, I might be better off with Runic Potion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weapons. It wouldn't get everything. It would run out of ammo. Thanks to the nerfs. I'm not going to do that. I'll happily upgrade the Strength Potion for longer duration in case of disruption affecting timings. Venom may as well get upgraded. It's super minor, but not important. And I'm probably not going to find a slow weapon for this. It's taking up stash space, but I have nothing in my stash. And I do hold Improvised Bludgeon in case I random a heavy enchant. I don't want to do a heavy enchant, but it might just be the right thing to do. And I don't need to sell it for gold yet, that's the main thing, or stash space. I still feel I'm favored against Mac, but more and more as you get later, the crazy Macs get crazier. I'm not too afraid of Athenor with Crocodile Tears. I'm pretty sure we've got this. Although Counter-Strike is a damn scary thing to have at gold. Okay, we made it through the first volley of all that perfectly fine. We're good. Staff of the Moose will trigger at half, and then we just win. Yep, that is exactly as predicted. Did Staff of the Moose trigger there, or was it just slowed into the ground the entire fight? I think that was the latter, not the former. Right? Yeah, it was just slowed the entire fight. That's fine. Gold Counter-Strike made that a lot closer than it otherwise would have been. Now, the interesting question is what actually gets the random enchantment? It's obviously not going to be a Take Turbo, right? Is it obviously not Take Turbo? Let's take a look at Floor Spike and Spider Mace real quick. Turbo's haste 1 for 4 on Floor Spike. Spider Mace is also haste 1 for 4. I think I random the Spider Mace though. They're comparably good on every single enchant. They're like basically the exact same. With the difference being that Spider Mace getting, what is it? Poison would give an additional proc for Spider Mace, as opposed to doubling the bad poison value on the other one. It would be both more poison and more poison procs. Staff of the Moose really isn't much of a contender here. Like, it's the worst shiny enchant. It does the same shit everyone else does, but it's incredibly slow. I think the smart thing to do here is random Spider Mace. Be nice to me, artist, please. They weren't nice to me. You don't want to see Radiant. There's no smart targeting on things anymore, so Radiant doesn't counter anything, and there's no single important item on my board. Damn shame. It's Andy. I will continue pushing economy over going to an Andy. I don't know, I need to upgrade these things to diamond so I can find dupes of them. My economy seems solid enough. It's day 9, you start making crazy money this late in the game. Okay, fine, I'll go to Andy.
I would never debase my wares by haggling.
You have plus 10 regen, means you have plus 20 damage on your weapons. The issue is, what do I cut for it? It feels like Strength Potion's just too instrumental to my value right now. I want to take this, I want the plus 20 damage, but compare that to critting the entire first volley and third volley and first swing of Staff of the Moose, and I do think it's bait. And Invuln Potion is decidedly not what I'm looking for. Damn shame.
Neither wealthy nor wise, huh?
Like, we need a little bit more to take this to 10 wins. I'm just not sure exactly what I'm looking for. That's very awkward for me.
Of course the treasure's real. But don't touch it.
Yeah, that's not it. Whatever I'm looking for, it was not those. Nor is it these. Is hasting all my shit better than critting all my shit? Like, I can see picking both of these up, drop the Tzedian Dagger, this reloads the Strength Potion, haste your whole board for most of the fight. God, if I'd gotten a real enchant, I'd feel so much better, right? If I got Heavy or Poison, we're good. If we got Obsidian, Fiery, or Shiny, it's just a lot of damage. If I got any status ailment, it's actually greatly appreciated because it's a very fast weapon with very long durations. Radiant may as well be golden, it's just nothing. I genuinely don't think it's worth dropping weapons for a Boiling Flask and haste duration, because the weapons all feedback loop into each other very effectively.
Warned me about you.
I'm pretty confident we beat Death Knight Reaper. We might not kill him initially, we might need to wait for him to hit us to double our regen, but once he does, he's dead. I do think there's a small chance we kill him before then, though, I'm not certain. It's not looking like it. It's a damn good attempt, though. But yeah, after the first crit, we get him. Exactly as planned. I guess I won't... Dude, I don't even know what I want here. Yeah, gold's not bad. Can't ever be upset about 32 gold. Or sorry, 24 gold.
After all these centuries, there is still
Max skills I don't think are useful for me. I think I'd prefer haste and charge, to be honest. Let me check that. It says there are 106 max skills when I filter to max, so that's obviously wrong. So if I turn off everything but max skills, we get Biohazard, Brewmaster, Corrosive Toxins. Emergency Draw, it's pretty good for us. Theoretically, Hardly Working could charge the Moose Staff at some points. Stocked isn't bad, it lets me cut the Tzedian Dagger as well. Thirsty's just a shitload of damage, actually, it's kind of crazy. Okay, the regen skills convince me to go Mac for sure.
Do not know if the formula of life exists.
When you slow freeze, poison, or burn with an item, a regen item gains 2 regen for the fights. You do a decent amount of poisoning. Charging the regen, I don't currently slow, so Hardly Working doesn't make sense. Stocked at silver is a pretty low roll, to be honest with you. It's enough to cut the Tzidian dagger for something else. But man, is it the absolute bare minimum of what you can accept. It would let me cut this and put in Quicksilver. Quicksilver has a chance of being Venom, Floor Spike, a variety of things, a second Strength Potion. It's not clearly good. Thirsty is plus 40 damage when I use the Strength Potion. Emergency Drought is when you hit half health, you double your regen, which means you double your damage. And that's currently plus 50 regen, so plus 100 damage. And that's it. There are 13 things available. So a 2 out of 10 on the next page. I just take stock and grumble about it. There's too many chances for me to miss if I roll. And Quicksilver is now worse than Tzidian Dagger, for sure. I do want Quicksilver positions... Oh, that's awkward. I want it positioned, like, here. But I want the Strength Potion to go off before the Fangs and everything else, if at all possible. So I put the Fangs as far over as I possibly can. 5 regen is 10 damage, eventually 15 damage. I think you just go Fins, right? Like, obviously JJ is a fine store, but regen becomes weirdly valuable once Staff of the Moose is on your board. You can do so much better with Staff of the Moose than I'm doing, by the way. This is just good enough. I can hit Staff of the Moose. Everything else there is a miss. 5 and regen 22. 27 items. 1 in 27. Never mind, Herma, I'll go somewhere else. I don't think there's a potion I want. Maybe energy potion's all right now, but it'd have to be above silver tier, so that's asking a bit much. Middle's just a bad shot for me. I'm about to take whatever I get offered. You know, yo-yo's not bad here. It's a 6 out of 29 to see a yo-yo or 4 gold to roll again. I'm sorry, I don't care about the yo-yo that much. Please, why are you even available? No, fine. I'm going to. I'm not spending 5 gold to roll because it's effectively 10 gold to roll because eventually I transmute this chunk of lead. I wasn't expecting to see 4 pretty terrible shops consecutively. Just going to sell the Runic Great Axe now. Put this back in my inventory. Why would you ever think that's what you were supposed to do? My board's still right. They're at 5 wins. I'm at 7. I feel like I'm well poised against any type of Vanessa. Maybe the thing I'm specifically weak to is like Depth Charge. Well, that's not what we're seeing. Is this? That's Fiery Submarine with Submersible Captain's Wheel and a Torpedo. And all right, this is about as good of a submarine build as you can have. Let's see how it does. If I dodge a torpedo hit with my, I did not dodge it. Oh, it doesn't seem to matter. We just absolutely wrecked him. Like relatively quickly too. And he has expert pot. Dude, that's such a high roll. We crushed that. 5 uses here for 11,000 damage. 6 uses here. Oh, it's actually going faster, even against like very quick weapons. It looks like I've had my board mispositioned for a while without noticing it. I don't know what you transformed into. That probably impacts what's correct. What did this turn into? Second Spider Mace. And it was still slower. Crazy. Okay. Yeah, so I want the Fang. I should check how fast the Spider Mace was. Okay. I understand what I need to do then. I need to move the Venom over here and the Quicksilver to here. That is the optimal configuration. That way if I dupe the Venom, it'll be on my second fastest item. I was underestimating just how quickly Floor Spike would get charged. Oh, it's on internal cooldown, so it's like never capable of being much faster than a shiny thing anyway, right? Sorry, Andy, I think I just want to cash in my gold. Actually, got 54 gold right now. I'm gonna go to Andy.
You've just taken the first step toward
Happy to take an upgrade on Spider Mace. One step closer to duping them. Still think Soul Ring is just bait. Going to roll. Yeah, I don't really see how to use any of that in a meaningful capacity, unfortunately. Staff of the Moose is seeming surprisingly legit. That's almost always a miss. I'm gonna go JJ. My health's high enough that chocolate bars are no longer individually huge. Mirror has no value to me. Shard of Obsidian's grossly outclassed by just running better weapons, right? Is that true? This is 3 seconds delayed. I could just take a relatively fast lifesteal weapon guaranteed. Right now, it off-syncs Strength Potion for 100% crit on the entire fight, or it gives me my best weapon, or my fastest second best weapon, Or my third best, not very distant third, like right next to this thing, I would think. I think there's just like not a miss. Shard of Obsidian's probably worse. Maybe I should have taken it to transmute. I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't do that because I have the lead. Well, these have been fantastic sewers as always. I feel like this is bare minimum moose build and it's just working incredibly well. I'm trying to decide if I beat Void Golem. If it destroys Staff and the Moose, I obviously lose. But that's only a 1 in 8. If it destroys any other item, I think I would lose unless it also destroyed a Caltrop. I think on average I lose, so I'm gonna go here for a chance at Juggler instead. If I thought I was even remotely favored, I would go for Void Golem because it's twice as much experience. I don't think that though, so we come here for our 1 in 9 at Juggler, which would obviously be kind of crazy with a weapon this big. Especially with how many and how fast our small weapons are. I'm gonna check speed here. This is actually a really good thing to see. We duplicated Venom that time, and this was still slower than the Fang, so we know for a fact that it is the correct positioning in case we hit Venom. Damn, if only it was a different tier of Venom and I could use 2 of them. Gold tier reagent, huh? No thanks, I'll take the loot item. Wanna give me more useless talismans? You know you do! Oh, thanks, game. You always know exactly what I want. Anyway, spare change, temp boost, or Barcoon. I'm gonna go Barcoon. I'm gonna keep looking for this upgrade before 13.
Welcome to my business.
Also, I would love to find a potion distillery that just like changes the economy forever. That's fine too. Probably should have gone temp boost. It's just like, I don't see it being the difference maker. Here I think I actually go gumballs. Hate doing gumballs, but middle's just not a good shop. Which is why it was probably wrong to go Barcoon, by the way, is because, like, if you're there just for large items, it's a pretty terrible way to get them. I think I'm still favored against a Mac. I'm not certain if that's true. It doesn't feel like I'm weak at all for day 10. Level 12 is maybe not very far ahead of Curb, but it's like on par with where you expect to be. It's not a Vat of Acid. He's level 13. Diamond, Small Refresh, Brewmaster. Oh, that's way too slow. He's dead. You can't actually use that. Also, his regen's terrible. You're at 7 wins running Radiant Formula with bad regen values? What are we doing here? Like, I'll admit, he takes a while to die because of Diamond Small Refresh triggering non-stop, but still, this is a very slow item now that it's not passive. What did the damage he dealt come from, exactly? I guess mostly just turbo candles with a bunch of small items. So I get like how this could be the best thing he could do, but I don't know. Maybe it's the best he could find. My build also feels a little bit jank. I should probably pay enough attention to know what Quicksilver I got. I just spent the entire fight judging my opponent harshly. Anyway, Pearl, surely there's something that can improve our...
Where shall we start?
You can't trust the vendors to do it, but Pearl's got you. Okay.
Magnificent find.
I'm just gonna take Infinite Economy. Seems wrong to do anything else. Sorry, Mandala, you've been outclassed.
The price. You can't afford it.
It's better to have it at gold since apparently it copies the base tier of the item. Incense, Shrinking Potion, and no thanks to those. Hey, Philosopher's Stone is actually kind of insane. Sell these, pick up the Philosopher's Stone, and transmute the gold lead first.
Smart one for your size.
If I can scale this up, I can make it crit with Strength Potion. They don't time out correctly, but still, just like, it doesn't take long for this to become the best item on my board. It's probably going to be true by the end of the day. It's going to be better than Quicksilver. Just 2 transformations is fantastic. It's 11 regen. That comes out to be 22 damage. It's probably still worse than an item dupe right now. Do I beat Frost Street Champion? Staff of the Moose's cheat death does nothing against this guy. But I have, like, literally no non-weapon items. It's just this. I'm wondering if I swap in the table leg to get 1 less Blizzard proc off the start. I think I do this. And I think that beats Frost Street Champion, actually. We don't get crits anymore. He's got like 3,000 health. The issue is crits never line up properly to begin with because of his weapons. Or because of Blizzard, rather. It's day 11. He's so fucking scary. I'm just gonna go fight Hulking Experiment, man. I genuinely think there's a very good chance I just lose. I can't really envision how the fight plays out because I don't know how quickly he goes off if you have no weapons. I've never played him in a 0 item build before, or 0 non-weapon item build at least. So I'm imagining he still just goes off pretty instantly, but maybe he doesn't. Maybe I could have beaten him. I can't tell.
Disgusting creature.
There's nothing here we really want. I guess energy potion's the most likely to make a difference.
Closer and closer.
We're gonna take this moose staff all the way.
Hear my sister's laughter.
Why take 2x regen damage when you could have 3x regen damage, right? Just ridiculous buff. Love that to bits. Sell the fire potion, sell the Tzedian dagger. And we're going to go to pull, not because we want an item, but because we want a transmute.
I shall fight.
Upgrading this does nothing. Burning potion's interesting. Don't care. Tossing that immediately, transmuting the lead. Is there any reason to roll here whatsoever? I got 80 gold and I want to see if there's something I'm not thinking about. That's why I'm doing it. Hey, it's the poppy field. I've kind of got it covered, man. How long does it take for poppy field to outscale? Well, poppy field's not getting the crits. It's going to massively speed up the spider mace, obviously. Losing plus 60 damage to my entire board obviously takes a while to overcome, right? Yeah, I think Poppy Field is actually wrong here. Moose got us this far, it'll take us the rest of the way. No thank you.
It will be there long after you are gone.
I think just like we put so much into regen at this point. The Deadly Fight doesn't level me up. I can get plus 6 more regen on this. At 12 regen, I really don't think it outperforms the Quicksilver. I think I need a little bit more. So I'm gonna go Epic Battle and not worry about it. Ah, Boss Haro. I really want Assault Focus to be good in this build, but I'm pretty sure it's just hard bait, because even though it's going to hurt my opponent more than me, the one thing it does hurt is arguably my most important item other than Staff of the Moose. For that reason. Just the insane volume of crits that follows it triggering that is most of the merit of this build. Bayonet, huh? Bayonet's surprisingly good in a board with that much plus damage and a multicast weapon. Like, obviously it can't crit, but I don't think it matters. I think I just want as much burst as physically possible, especially against a Mac.
When we are finished, may I dissect you for study?
Sorry, Quicksilver, I guess I'm gonna have to check you off in the spreadsheet some other time. Oh, I didn't realize I did that. Oh, I'm not winning, it's Vat of Acid, I'm just completely fucking dead. He has the multicast. Wait, does it? Yeah, it has multicast. He has the multicast set up. It just kills you instantly. Like, even if it had it, it shields for 12,000 too. Most broken item in the game needs a change. This is the setup that does it. I've posted a lot of videos on it. I will post a lot more videos on it before it gets changed. It's just, there's not fuck all I can do about that. I'm gonna go Temp Boost for damage. Those don't really do anything for me. Maybe you go Hermit to find more transmute options? That sounds crazy. Trade health for power. The Cult loses 10% HP for 25 regen. I will actually do that. That is 75 damage for 500 health. I take that. We should absolutely crush Void Colossus. I don't think I'm worried about this one. Unfortunately, having lost on day 11, now I'm starting to enter the late game lottery, and I only have 2 entry tickets. So, like, don't get me wrong, the damage is pretty good. But I am still playing the game somewhat fairly, and I can just lose.
Not all my subjects survive.
Void Ray doesn't do anything for me.
The Bazaar has many secrets.
Ammo skills, burn skills, diamond skills. I get no value out of anything from ammo. Or burn, so diamond it is.
I did not seek this power for my own gain, you know.
Plus 8 poison doesn't really matter. Plus 20 poison doesn't really matter. I crit when I need to, it's not a big deal. I'm gonna roll. The first 10 times you crit, charge an item, huh? Or any time you crit, your weapons gain 15. Or your poisons, of which I have 3, gain 36. All 3 of those are good. This is actually one of the more interesting skill choices I've ever seen. Usually it just works out to be that most of the things you get are either of vastly differing quality, or one is so good that it's obviously the best no matter how good the other ones were. And in this case, I have a lot of crits to get Alacrity pretty immediately. The scaling on this is great, but probably unnecessary. And Poison's mechanically slow. I think Alacrity's right. I think, like, just having the second volley follow the first one immediately because of Alacrity is more important than slight scaling or Toxic Weapons. I think Toxic Weapons is the worst of the lot. Like, yes, 36 more poison on 3 very fast items is obviously good. I just want to kill them with damage before that matters.
Sphinxian could learn that.
I'm gonna go Mysterious Portal. I don't think quick... If the next event, specifically a fight, Relax sucks, but it's very good otherwise. Chocolate Bars versus Andy, Final Shop. Well, potentially Final Shop. I'll transmute my lead, see if I can't get some upgrades. When I get Floor Spike or Spider Mace to Diamond, buddy? No? Okay. Can't say I'm surprised. I am disappointed, though. Alright, we're gonna head on out. We're gonna go to our next fight. It's probably another Mac, another Vat of Acid, and moving on to my death, right? Oh, he hasn't died yet. That's horrifying. Let's see what he has. He has 7.6 thousand health to my 5,000. He is up a level on me. He's playing a actually somewhat fair game, but Vitality Potion's gonna be a problem. Shiny Knee Brace is pretty good. I think we might kill him before the, like, in between volleys of the Vitality Potion here. Oh no, I'm just burning too much, yeah.
None have proven worthy.
I guess this is just fast as hell, yeah. Like, there's nothing weird going on here. It's just like one haste potion was enough, it seems. Yeah, that's all it is. Just one haste potion was enough. Fair enough. Damn. Oh, man. Just fucking late game Max blowing me out. This might be the end. I don't know. I just don't have an enchant yet. That's fucking part of it, right? That's a pretty good enchant. I have to go Heavy Venom here. It is a massive accelerant, and I think it should be enough that the correct board configuration becomes this. And we just put the heavy... Actually, it does matter what the duration is. It is a much better slow if I put it on the Spider Mace. I don't care about Spider Mace being Radiant, man. I really don't. Having the better duration matters more. Gold tier potion, gold tier loot item. Guess I'm gonna go loot item. Neither is great. Medkit is nothing. I think every loot item I've gotten in this entire run has literally been empty. Not one of them has actually done something. I think I got one, like, bronze feather early. Barcoon can't help. We're gonna take 1x. No, that's not true. We take damage. We have to kill our opponent immediately. We take damage. Quicksil can upgrade our items. We do want to transmute a reagent if we have the chance, so we're gonna do that now. Oh, we actually finally get to cash in the improvised bludgeon. Slow 5 every time it goes off, huh? Anyway, Quicksil, let's get some upgrades going. Or don't. Really, it's your call. That's about right. Is there ever a world where it makes sense to put this back in? I think so, actually. Like, yes, this is obviously a very big bayonet. It's 500 damage every 3 seconds. But if I run this, it's either going to give me a Venom, a Spider Mace, a Floor Spike, another weapon that does the same damage but can crit, or like one miss because this is full haste. I actually think the bayonet's worse. I don't think it's impacted the 2 previous fights at all. Is plus 60 damage better than either? Maybe? It's not clear. I want to buy the Sulfur just to have something to transform. I'm going to put this in. I think it's currently best, actually. I'm going to buy the Quicksilver because I have unlimited money and it doesn't matter. We need to hit at least one more shop. It's fucking hard for me to tell if the Philosopher's Stone is right. It came in so late. If I don't fight Void Golem, I do not level up today. So I just have to click Void Golem and hoping I'll get unlucky. That was not the worst case hit. So I think we're okay. Yeah, it seems like we're fine. How did this trigger 8 times if you triggered 2 times? What? I swear to God, this said ×8 last time. Maybe I'm losing my mind. If this is still in the video, you know I'm not gaslighting myself. Anyways, moving on, what do we get? Gamble the win streak. It probably hurts them more than you. What if it hits the Vat of Acid? I have disposable items, but not many, right? If this hits the Moose Staff, I lose. But it's Strength Potion, I lose. If it's either of these, it's crippling. That is bait. I'm not going to assume that it's worse for my opponent than it is for me. We have another Transmute at JJ, which could in turn give me another Transmute afterwards. Energy Potion. It's not bad at all. I think it's wrong, though. I'm going to roll. It gets me another Reagent, which gets me another Transform and another 6 Regen, or better known as 18 damage.
My power burns hotter.
One last upgrade.
Away impurities.
I think it's best used getting a new skill, because none of these upgrades really matter. Like, it's just minor amounts of damage on these. I can't assume I, like, upgrade it to Diamond and get a dupe. This is a fantastic skill, not for this build. Gotta roll it. Oh my god, Retaliatory Toxins with Spider Mace. There's the speed I've been missing. We've leveled up, Bazaar doesn't do anything. Regen 16 sure as hell does. Alright, we gained a lot of strength, but we're still playing a fundamentally pretty fair game. It's the final day, final hour. These are still technically playable. I'm not using any of this in my board. May as well sell it all. Is there a world where Quicksilver has somehow been misassessed and it's like better than Toxic Fang? I don't think so. This feels really important, whether or not I'm supposed to run Philosopher's Soul on Quicksilver, Bayonet, or Toxic Fang. Like, these 4 items are actually all pretty contentious in terms of which one is the best. I'd be interested in hearing what people in the comments think is best. I'm under the impression that plus 75 damage every time this goes off is probably not negotiable. It's probably better. And I think because this can crit and Bayonet can't, Bayonet is actually worse. It's also delivering poison for the mace. So the question for me is really, is Quicksilver better than Toxic Fang? And I don't think it is because of the slight delay. Because, like, I might be dead very quickly in this fight. Alright, Cosmonaut. Are you ending the win streak, or does Matt go 8-0? Let's see it.
I will leave you alive to learn the lesson.
It's Vat of Acid with Toxic Enchant and Potion Distillery for... Fucking hell, there's nothing I can do. Just blown out by Vat of Acid. It's the monster I helped create. Wait, he doesn't have crit chance, or... Oh my god, it was so close. Got by Invuln Potion. Ah, it was unavoidable that would end someday. Yeah, just lost consecutively to nothing but Vat of Acids. Massively decreased the cooldown. He doesn't even have, like, the really broken stuff, right? This just is Vat of Acid. He's not multicasting it. He's not criticling with it. It's just on its own that much poison and burn. Did he get saved by his Invuln Potion out of curiosity? It goes off there and then blocks multiple hits. I think it might have. I think Invuln Potion might have made the difference. I can't quite tell. Watching it back a few more times. Oh, did Biohazard also kill me? Would I have lived if not for that? Probably not. Burn's usually the bigger part of this. No, without Biohazard, I actually would have had enough health left to fucking kill him. Oh, that's so close. It's heartbreaking. I've been undone the same way that I was made by the Vat of Acid. Yeah, it's just such a disgusting item. You can't do anything about it, man. This is the whole reason I was talking, like, if I see Vat of Acid, it might be right to just pivot into it now, and I lost exclusively to late game Vat of Acid. This isn't even a good one is the most upsetting thing, right? You've seen my past videos. You can deal easily 10 times this much burn with it. He doesn't have great defenses, it's just Invuln Potion. And it was a narrow victory, even with, like, literally no support. This is the bare minimum you can imagine hitting, really. Do I think if I'd run Quicksilver it could have affected this at all? Or Bayonet? No. Bayonet would just time out to get, like, no additional effect. Like, the crits on the thing are mattering. This has been my experience with every other character, by the way. I just can't justify playing characters that aren't Mac, because Mac has late game options that make everyone else feel severely disadvantaged in the lottery. Because I'm dead to Invuln Potion plus Vat of Acid, right? And every Mac can make this happen, it feels like. It's just, in the late game lottery, Mac is supreme, and it's specifically Vat of Acid Mac right now. It used to be Vat of Acid plus Athanor with Secret Formula. His options are dwindling. Once they fix the remaining severe outliers, this won't really be a problem. But right now, for me, every other character feels like shit to play because you cannot play an economy plan because you lose to that. Just like this did. Like, this was a fucking crazy build. But I matched it into multiple Vat of Acid Max and just bricked my run, right? Nothing to do about it. If I got in better skills, could this have worked? No, I don't think so. The first Vat of Acid Mac killed me before I went off. The second one was slower, but I still just... I don't know what I would have needed to get enough damage. Staff of the Moose did its best, but... oh well. It's not really an interesting attempt to Winstreak if I just pivot out of Staff of the Moose every time I see Vat of the Acid, right? And besides, now I'm free to make content for other characters. I wonder if watching this back, I'll be like, no, you know what? If I had gone Poppy Field, this run would have won. I mean, obviously results oriented. I got the heavy enchant. Poppy Field would have won, guaranteed. At least on that last fight. I don't know about the ones before it. Like, in the mid game, it would have been worse. I can't analyze this right now. It's deeply tilting. I've been analyzing it. It's an interesting run. Staff of the Moose is really strong. There's a lot of events that give you massive amounts of regen, which turns into massive amounts of damage. This run would have been so much stronger if I'd gotten Philostone online at any point before, like, day 12. It would have been so much stronger if I found a Tome of Yahan. So much stronger if I'd found the things needed for Poppy Field to be good and was able to pivot into it. I don't know. I feel like sometimes I can't tell the difference on a new character between mispiloting and bad RNG. I can't analyze this. I won't tilt about it. It's just so frustrating to see Vat of Acid be clearly superior to every other Mac item. And probably every other item in the game. It's such a gross outlier that it distorts the entire meta. Like, it's literally the reason that I don't want to play Pig right now is because Vat of Acid exists. It just beats every late game Pig option, unless you hit, like, specifically a massive Obsidian fixer-upper. I just realized I'm supposed to verify that I actually did all this consecutively. I have 10 games played on Mac, 7 10-win runs, which means that I have gone 7 10 wins consecutively after my first 2 losses on Mac, and the run ends here at 7-0. Oh, it came so close, but Vat of Acid's just a brutal fucking card. You really cannot compete with it thanks to Invulnerability Potion. Like, that's the main issue, right? Like, it's an insane damage over time scaler, then Invuln Potion just walls you if you're somehow almost as fast as it. Anyways, I'm not gonna rant about it anymore. I've gone in circles for a while. It's no surprise that it's what ends my win streak. It seems like everyone's finally catching on that it's obviously the best thing in the game. Hopefully they hotfix that when Monday gets here. In fact, it may even be hotfixed by the time this video goes live, but it sure as shit isn't hotfixed now. Anyways, I'm salty, and I'm over it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.